Okay, we're going to take a look at a special directory, and this special directory can be found at /proj /spring 2023 dash memory systems. And the subdirectories in this directory are restricted to members of the group with Professor Ning Lee for the Spring 2023, and actually it's not memory systems, it's memory simulation. Okay, so the Spring 2023 Memory Simulation Project. And you're going to see some special characteristics of this directory when we go in there. Okay, so one of the very first mistakes that that we'll often see with this type of a directory, it's called an auto-mounted directory, and if somebody has not gone into the directory recently, either a person in the group or another person on this machine, what you're going to see is if you go into cd/proj. So normally, if you go into a higher level directory and you type ls, you see all the directories that are underneath it. And you won't see this Spring 2023 memory simulation directory until somebody goes into it, because it's an auto-mounted directory. It will get mounted when it's needed to. So from here, you could type cd spring 2023 dash memory dash simulation and hit enter, and it's going to go out, find that directory, and mount it. And as we did, what we could do from your initial login prompt is you could type cd/proj /spring. You could type that, and that would get you in there too. Okay. So you don't have to go into /proj first and then go down into Spring 2023. You can type the whole path and then hit enter and you'll get there. Okay. So now if I come in here and I type ls, what you're going to see is you're going to see directories that correspond to the name of each user that's in the group. You'll also see a directory called lab share and a directory called read-only share. First, let's start with the directories that correspond to usernames. So if I type change directory and then I go into the directory, you can see I'm in an ID x00513 is my user ID, and that's a test user ID I have. If I do a change directory into the user ID that corresponds to my name, and then I type touch test, this is just going to create a file. That's all it's going to do. And you can see I can create files, I can read and write files in this directory. So if I go back up a directory, and I'm just going to pick the first directory in the list, I'm going to type change directory into chn 322. It's going to tell me permission denied. So the only directory I can go into and save data is the directory that corresponds to my username. Now there's another directory there called lab share, and if I do a change directory into lab share, and it's empty at the moment, but if I say, well, I'm going to make a directory called x00513, and then I go into x00513, and I make a file name called Python code, and this might be code that I want to share with the rest of the group. Well, in this directory, every user in the group can come in and see what I've put here. So this is not a directory that's restricted to my user ID because it's under this lab share directory. And this is an ideal place to put things if you want to share them with the rest of the group. Okay. And I don't really need my directory there, so I'm going to take it out. So, and you guys can talk among yourselves as to how you want to organize the directories in here to keep things sane. So now there's another one called read-only. So I'm going to do a change directory into read-only. And you see I can log in there. Now if I type touch, it's not letting me write in there. The only person that has permission to write in this directory is Professor Ning Lee, and this is a directory that he can put things in if he wants to share them with the group, and then this will also be safe that they don't accidentally get deleted by group members. Okay, and so that pretty much covers the special features of the project directory for the Spring 2023 Memory Simulation project directory. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for listening.